Today, we'll learn how to ask for directions in English so you can move around a city with less stress. This will help you find a station, a hotel, a museum, or even the right street when your phone is not helping.
Exactly. Asking for directions is one of those real-life skills that feels small until you really need it. Maybe you are traveling, meeting a friend, or trying to catch a bus in a new place.
And the good news is that you do not need perfect English. You need a polite start, a clear question, and a few words to understand the answer.
So stay with us until the end. We'll build the situation step by step, from the first excuse me to the final thank you, in a relaxed and practical way.
Key point. Start with a polite opener before asking for directions.
Before we ask the actual question, we need to enter the conversation nicely. In English, a friendly opening makes the other person feel respected and ready to help.
Yes, and this is especially useful in the street, because people may be walking fast or busy. A short, polite phrase gives them a moment to stop and listen.
Let's look at example 1. Listen for the soft opening first, because it is the part that makes the question sound friendly instead of sudden.
Excuse me, could you help me?
In example 1, excuse me is the safe choice in many situations. Could you help me is polite and general, so it works before you explain where you want to go. Now, let's hear example 2. This one is useful when you are not sure if the person is local or able to give directions.
Sorry to bother you. Do you know this area?
In example 2, sorry to bother you sounds very considerate. It is a little longer, but it can be perfect when someone looks busy or when you want to be extra careful.
Key point. Ask clear questions using where, how, and could.
Once the person is listening, the next job is to ask in a way that is easy to answer. Short questions are usually better than long explanations.
A clear question also helps you stay calm. You do not need to tell your whole story. Just name the place and choose a simple question pattern.
Let's look at the first structure. It is direct, simple, and great when you think the place is near you.
Where is the plus place?
This structure is useful for places like the station, the bank, or the nearest pharmacy. It asks for the location, not the full route yet. Now, let's look at the second structure. This one is more complete because you are asking for the route, not just the position.
Could you tell me how to get to plus place?
This is a very natural question for tourists and visitors. You can use it with a museum, a hotel, a restaurant, or any place you need to reach.
Key point. Recognize basic direction words and street clues.
After you ask, the other person will probably answer with short movement words. These words are like a mini-map in spoken form.
And you do not need to understand every word. If you catch the main direction words and one or two landmarks, you can usually follow the route.
Let's hear example 1. Pay attention to the movement first, and then to the object that tells you when to stop going straight.
Go straight ahead until you see the traffic lights.
In example 1, go straight ahead is the action. Until you see the traffic lights gives you a clear visual point, so you know how far to continue. Now, example 2 adds a turn and a second action. This is common in real directions because people often give 2 steps together.
Turn left at the corner, then cross the street.
In example 2, at the corner is the clue for the turn. Then cross the street is the next action. So listen for words like then and after that. For example 3, listen for location clues instead of movement. These clues help you recognize the final place when you arrive.
It is opposite the supermarket, next to a small cafe.
In the third example, opposite and next to are very useful. They connect the place you want with places you can see, like a supermarket or a cafe.
Key point. Ask about distance, time, and transport options.
Sometimes, knowing the route is not enough. You also need to know if it is close, if you can walk, or if you should take a bus or train.
That information changes your plan immediately. A place may look close on a map, but in real life, it may be 20 minutes away or difficult to reach on foot.
Let's listen to a short conversation now. Notice how Sophie asks not only for the place, but also for the best way to get there.
Good idea. Also listen for the answer about walking time, because that detail helps Sophie decide what to do next.
Excuse me, is the train station far from here? It is about 15 minutes on foot or 5 minutes by bus. Thanks. Which bus should I take?
Sophie first asks about distance with far from here. That is a very practical phrase because it gives you a quick idea of effort and time.
And Jack gives 2 options, walking and bus. When you hear choices like that, you can ask one more question and choose the option that fits your situation.
Key point. Clarify and repeat information when you are not sure.
Here is the moment many learners worry about. The answer is too fast, but that is normal, and you are allowed to ask again.
Yes, asking for clarification is not a failure. It is part of communication, especially in a busy street with noise, traffic, and different accents.
Let's check example 1. This is the most direct repair phrase when you missed part of the answer.
Sorry, could you repeat that, please?
In example 1, the word sorry softens the request. You are not saying the other person explained badly. You are simply asking for another chance to hear it. Now, example 2 shows a confirmation question. Listen to how the speaker repeats the route in a simple way.
So, I go straight and then turn right?
In example 2, so is very helpful. It signals that you are checking your understanding, and the other person can correct you if needed. For example 3, we focus on checking one specific detail. This is perfect when you heard most of the answer, but one part is unclear.
Did you say the second street on the left?
In the third example, did you say helps you verify the detail without starting the whole conversation again?
Key point. Confirm the route, say thank you, and leave politely.
The end of the exchange matters too. If you repeat the main route and thank the person, you leave with more confidence and the interaction feels complete.
It is also a nice cultural habit. A simple thanks, that's very helpful, can make the whole conversation warmer and more natural.
Let's finish with one full mini conversation. Listen for the complete flow. Opener, question, directions, confirmation, and thanks.
This is the kind of exchange you can copy in real life. It is short, polite, and clear enough to use in many city situations.
Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to the museum? Sure. Go straight ahead, turn left at the traffic lights, and it is next to the park.
So, straight ahead, left at the lights, and next to the park.
Yes, exactly. You can't miss it.
That final conversation brings everything together. Sophie starts politely, asks a clear question, and then repeats the important steps before leaving.
And Jack's phrase, "you can't miss it," is common and reassuring. It means the place should be easy to find once you follow the directions.
And that's it for today. Next time you need help in an English-speaking city, start politely, ask clearly, listen for key words, check if needed, and say thanks.